Hello again. This is the third part of the tutorial, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make the branches for the trees and possibly set them up around the tree too as well. For this tutorial, you're going to have to download some brushes offline. I'll post the brushes within the link, and I'll also show you where to get them before we move into Photoshop and get to working. Okay, so let's see here. This is the place where I downloaded the tree branches brushes. I'm going to post the link in the tutorial. Pretty much you just go here, download, click the download button. It's going to download into your computer. I already have a copy of it, so I'll just cancel this here. And then this is the place where I went for the beautiful curling foliage Photoshop brushes. They had some really good brushes for leaves and things like that to go on your trees. Just went here, clicked on the deposit file, download. Takes a little while since I do the regular download. Gives you about 60 seconds, then you'll download from there. Make sure that when you do get these, save the brushes in a folder where you'll remember to go in order to find them. Like I've created my own little Photoshop brushes folder in my documents file of my computer. And then I just save them all there. That's where all my Photoshop brushes go. But yeah, just find a place, whether it's on your desktop or something like that, and just save all of the brushes there. Okay, then once you've done that, just create a new Photoshop file. RGB colors. Make sure that this is 8-bit. And I'll save this preset actually. It's my 1024 by 1024. 8-bit. And hit OK. Okay, and then once you open this up here, let's see. You want to find the location of those brushes that you downloaded. Like this is my Photoshop folder. I've got a ton of brushes that I use. One of them was named Little Lambs, which was the one that I downloaded earlier today. Leaf brushes. And you just click on those, open them up in Photoshop, and once you've got both of the brushes, the tree brush and the leaf brush, just come in here, select one of the branches. I'm going to use one of the 613 pixel brushes on my layers tab. Then you're going to want to select the very dark brown. I'm going for a brown around this area here. Then just click that there. There you go. That's your branch. Nice and easy. Duplicate the layer. Hit OK. So go to Filter, Noise, Add Noise. Add about 2% noise. Make sure it's Gaussian and monochromatic. You want to check that off. Then hit OK. Then after that, go to Filter. Where is it? Render Fibers. Then play with these variables here so that it looks like your branches have a little bit of bark on them, I guess you could say. Then hit OK, and that gives you a little bit of a nicer looking, or closer to realistic looking branch. Then after that, you want to go to your leaves. Let's see here. Pick out some nice looking leaves, something that you could see all over your tree. Then go to the green tab here. Select a darker green as your base leaf area. Then create a new layer. You can hit Control Shift N to create a new layer there. Then on your second layer, here is where you're gonna wanna paint the leaves onto the branch. Let's see. I think I had another one that looked really similar to it. This has a bunch of nice little leaves that you can use with those brushes. But don't want to do that there, because you want to ideally have part of the doesn't look too bad. Then pretty much I just go over here and I delete, because it looks like it's repeating in a lot of places to me, so I usually go back and I'll delete some of this stuff here. You don't have to worry about this first layer because you will be painting over it with some lighter and then some darker leaves. Okay. Okay, then create a new layer. Select a lighter green. Somewhere around like here. You don't want to go too light, then it won't look realistic. Go back to your leaves. Paint some of these in here and there. Try to keep it all in the same area if you can too, because you don't want to have to go behind. Transparent leaves don't look realistic. So then just select, then go back to your darker green. Just paint over some of those there. Alright. And there you go. That's your branch. Oh, also here, I just noticed that my branch is a little on the smaller side. What I want to do is just gonna make or extend my branch a little bit. You don't have to be very realistic with this because it's going to be very close to your tree. So you can just come in here and just paint this off. Kind of clean it up a little bit. You don't want it because it looks just like somebody painted on it with a brush. So you can just clean it up a little bit here. Come back in and just clean that up. And then I'm also on my layer of 1 copy, just in case you were wondering what layer it was that I was on. There we go. Let's see, I'm going to delete this too. It looks like that's coming out of nowhere. Stuff. Just doing a little bit of cleanup work right now. Okay, and there's my leaf, or my branch. Then select all of these layers. You can just select the very bottom layer, then hold shift and select the uppermost layer, then right click on it and go to duplicate layers. Duplicate a layer. Oh, that actually looks pretty nice. So hide all of these layers underneath it, merge layers, and then just because I'll duplicate that layer again, I like that effect that I was getting right there. It looks a lot more vibrant. Okay, just do that again because I accidentally took it away. Alright, then right control click and then merge these 2 layers together. Looks a little bit nicer to me. And then after that, go into your channels path. Click down here on the very bottom. Create a new alpha layer or alpha channel. Control click on RGB. That way it selects your entire image. Control Shift I to invert the image. And from here you have to paint on the alpha channel to make sure that it's visible in Photoshop, because anything black is going to be transparent and anything that you paint white is going to be what's going to be seen. So yeah, just go in here with your paintbrush and then just paint on it a couple of times, because you don't want to have it transparent. Anything coming in gray too is going to be slightly transparent. It'll give you like a little ghost effect. You don't want that going on with your branch. Okay, and then hit enter. And, oh, before we bring it into Photoshop too, Control D to deselect. In the layers tab, select a color that you're gonna pretty much just use the paint bucket to place that color in. That way you don't have any texture bleeding. This looks okay right now. You won't really, well actually, let's do a little bit of a lighter color. There we go. Then that way you won't have any, even in the event that you do have any bleeding, you don't want it to come in white, because that's what it'll come in like in 3ds Max. You want it to come in like a green or something like that, so it doesn't look as bad. And save this.